At least 10 people have died in suicide attacks in Nigeria. 3 suicide bombers attacked the northeastern town of Chibok. That's where Boko Haram kidnapped 200 schoolgirls last year. The town elder said 30 others were injured. Also in northeast Nigeria, villagers say Cameroonian troops shot dead at least 40 civilians near Gwoza. The forces crossed the border in pursuit of Boko Haram militants. It's the third recent accusation of Cameroonian troops carrying out killings. Well, Fidelis Mbar joins me now in the studio with more on this story. Fidelis, good to see you there. First things first, just talk us through what we know about this suicide attack, these suicide blasts.
Well, witnesses said about 5 suicide bombers, or rather strangers, entered the village of Chibok, and 3 of them detonated bombs, 1 of them at the military checkpoint and 1 at a busy market. The other one, the location is not established at the moment. And the latest figure is that we have about 13 people dead and about 30 injured, and the death toll is likely going to rise. It goes beyond the casualty figure because Chibok, after the kidnap of the over 200 schoolgirls in 2014, Chibok has been traumatized, and this is further adding to the troubles they've been going through. Because right now, there's going to be so much tension. I was there in 2014, and there wasn't that much security in Chibok village, as it were. But entering the village here, you see a couple of checkpoints where you have to be screened, especially if you're someone who doesn't look like a villager, because maybe if you look like me, because in the north, they have this peculiar look. And once you come in, they know who's a stranger. So when they see you, they want to screen you, they want to find out what you're going to do. But beyond that, there's actually not so much, more of a security in place that one will say will guarantee or prevent this kind of attack that happened today.
And what do we know about the reports of these civilian deaths at the hands of Cameroonian troops as well in the northeast of the country?
Yeah, Nigeria has an understanding with the Cameroonian government that their troops can actually pursue Boko Haram or suspects, because most of these suspects actually cross Nigerian borders. After attacks, they go into the Cameroonian borders to either, for safety. And when they attack Cameroon, they come into Nigeria for safety. So they have this understanding between the two countries right now that if you're chasing Boko Haram suspects, you can cross the border without really taking any particular, permission, because you're in a hot chase for these militants. But this has actually more like giving room for things like this. This is like the 3rd time that it's happening. And it's actually surprising that both the Nigerian military and the Cameroonian military are not saying anything. And then the villagers are just left to more like bear, their own cross as it stands now, which is actually very unfortunate because it's very difficult for you to get into any community and identify someone who is a Boko Haram suspect because they just look like everyone. There's nothing on their body to show that actually they're Boko Haram.
Let's talk about the strategy against Boko Haram, because the African Union is meeting at the moment. Is anything likely to come from that? What is the strategy and how are they going to take it forward from here, do you think?
Terrorism is actually one of the top key points during the African Union summit in Addis Ababa, because they'll be discussing terrorism in Mali, in Nigeria, in the Al-Shabaab threat in Somalia, and then Kenya. So it's something that we'll be hoping that the presidents who will be converging towards the end of the month will actually take a decision, just going beyond mere talk, going beyond just condemning the attacks, maybe put in place stronger measures to actually checkmate the activities of militants, terrorists, not just Boko Haram or Al-Shabaab, but other militant groups across Africa.
Okay, Fidelis, thank you very much. Fidelis Mbar, thank you.